When you look at the strategy set forward by Goldman Sachs, help us understand, Goldman Sachs stock has been lagging on a price-to-book basis from some of its rivals. What are investors not seeing? What is the math here on why Goldman may be worth more than the stock is currently showing?
Well, first of all, it's great to have you in our building. Thanks for taking the time. Today was an important day for us. As you said, it was our second Investor Day in our 23 or so year history as a public company and our 154-year history as a firm. We've committed to talking to our investors on a more regular basis, and so we did our first Investor Day in January of 2020, right before the pandemic, and then we had 3 years of clearly very complicated, volatile markets, and so we're now updating our investors on what we've done over the past 3 years, and spending a lot of time talking about our strategic realignment, which is an important evolution in our journey to further align our businesses to create more durable returns and long-term value over time.
Is there a Goldman 2.0 here when you take a look at the strategy, or is this kind of an incremental path to get to where you want to go?
Well, I think if there's a 2.0, it's really talking about having 2 market-leading businesses, Global Banking and Markets and Asset and Wealth Management, which are businesses we've been in for a very long period of time, now run together in an integrated fashion. Global Banking and Markets, a $30+ billion revenue business, generated 16.4% returns last year, definitively outperforming our competition. We've done a great job in those businesses, and now when you see them together, you see the power of those franchises, and you see some of the diversity effects of those franchises, where in some cases, market headwinds for certain of the franchises that are tailwinds for others, and vice versa, and you can see those businesses really performing across cycles in a mid-teens returns kind of manner.
When you think about asset and wealth, I'm really curious about how much you're willing to invest. Well, is this something you think you'd do a large transformative deal around in order to gain scale?
Well, let's just talk about the organic opportunity in asset and wealth management. And today, again, in Global Banking and Markets, Dan Dees walked through the story. It's a very, very compelling story. In Asset and Wealth Management, my partner Mark Nachman walked through that story. And to your question about a 2.0 version, we're now running Asset and Wealth Management as an integrated platform where we have scale in active asset management. We're a top 5 player in active asset management, and we're a top 5 player in global alternatives. I'm not aware of another platform that has our kind of scale in both. That's pretty unique. And then we have a premier wealth management franchise with $1 trillion of assets on that platform.
We have to also talk about kind of this years-long journey in consumer as well. You've said you're considering strategic alternatives. How much detail can you give us around what those strategic alternatives are? Could it mean the sale of all or parts of the business?
Well, before I address your consumer question, and I will address it, just in asset and wealth management, this is a very important, again, back to your 2.0 question, this is a very important growth opportunity for the firm. With the scale I talked about, we now have significant fundraising objectives in front of us. We have a significant management fee target in front of us. We now have $8.8 billion of management fees in that business against a $10 billion 2024 target. We're clearly well on our way to hitting that target, and that target is not the limit of our ambitions. $2 billion of that $10 billion target would be from alternatives. We're now at $1.8 billion on that $2 billion target. So in both cases, total and alternatives, we are well on our way to hitting and exceeding those targets, which will make the firm more durable, more resilient, and more valuable. And so that 2.0 version of asset and wealth management is going to be a significant growth vector for the firm going forward, where you have 2 market-leading businesses, both mid-teens returning businesses, both durable, both resilient through the cycle, both where we are market leaders, which really underpin the financial targets we put out today with our investors.